Hey guys, today I'm gonna react to this video of Bill Gates' car collection. So I'm pretty curious to see what kind of cars he would have. I've heard he's liked Porsches. 'Cause I remember in the past Elon Musk got mad at him for having a what was it electric Porsche over his Tesla. But curious to see what cars he has.
It's no secret that Bill Gates loves his Porsches and once even fought to have an
Oh
incredibly
yeah,
rare model from the 80s. But he has also been spotted from time to time with electric cars and fancier, more luxurious
well that's
sedans. And he's
cool.
got some pretty surprising vehicles in his garage as well.
What?
Some so incredibly modest that you'd wonder if we're really talking about the billionaire Microsoft founder. So today,
Maybe he does modest to if he kind of wants to keep that low profile, maybe that's why he does that.
we're going to take a look inside Bill Gates' impressive car collection. Before we do, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss
Wow,
a
that's
video.
cool.
When Bill Gates was on the Ellen DeGeneres show, he said that his Porsche and his private jet are his only two crazy expenses. He said the Porsche was an indulgence, and then eventually for my travel, I got a plane, which is a huge indulgence. So those are my two. But it certainly hasn't been limited to that. He's got a collection even Dubai's richest kids would seriously envy. For example, Porsche lovers will be excited to know that Bill Gates shares their love for the car. He owns not one, but three Porsches, all of which are classics. And that list is a 1979 Porsche 911 Carrera,
That's cool.
which would have been around $95,000. This is the car he would use to commute when Microsoft was based in Albuquerque. This classic piece has since been auctioned off, and it fetched just $80,000. Not that Gates would have felt the loss one tiny bit. The next is an 84.
Like I saw this video before that he makes like $4,000 or something per minute. So it's like he has like one day, like a couple hours, and he could afford one of these. So it's crazy.
$1,150 Porsche 930 manufactured between 1975 and 1989. This was when Porsche started experimenting with turbocharging technology on their race cars. And finally, one incredibly rare Porsche 959 Coupe, which Bill Gates actually fought to have. What's so special about it? Well, for one, only 337 of these cars were ever made before they stopped production. The 959 was probably the most impressive car to come from the German automaker and the greatest car in the 80s. It was a twin-turbo supercar, and it came equipped with a 6-speed manual transmission instead of the standard 5-speed. It could go 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds and hit upwards of 195 miles per hour for its top speed. These are incredible numbers, not only for a car released in 1986.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's crazy. 3 seconds, like back then, like that was like probably like it's still mind blowing even today, but back then especially.
But also for cars released nowadays. It's no wonder Gates wanted the car so badly. So when he ordered the car, imagine his absolute dismay when it got stuck in customs in America. The 959 still hadn't cleared its crash test and did not meet EPA standards.
That's crazy.
But he did eventually get his hands on it. This beauty wouldn't have cost anything less than $2 to $2.5 million. But a car this limited will only go up in value, so he's definitely going to hold on to it. Gates has also been seen driving around in a Mercedes S-Class. The ultra-luxe high-end car boasts spectacular features alongside the state-of-the-art technology and a gorgeous dome-shaped top. But it's not all looks. This baby packs a 6-liter V12 engine capable of 155 miles per hour. It would have set the billionaire back a mere $110,000 US dollars. He apparently would drop his daughter to school in this car. And when people saw the richest man in the world drive his daughter to school, it seems more and more fathers started showing up to drop their kids off too. Another unsurprising car in his collection is the BMW 7 Series. Gates clearly has the thing for German cars. The 7 Series also had a version called High Security when it first came out, and it was the first armored car to fully comply with the VR7 ballistic protection standards. The dual-layered tires can withstand bullet attacks. Now, we don't know if it's the bulletproof version that he has, and who could possibly want to hurt Bill Gates. The man has donated...
That's crazy, bullet. Like resistance, like what? It's crazy.
Over $2 billion to charity, but that extra layer of protection never hurts. The car costs between $86,000 and $158,000, but knowing Bill Gates, there's no way he took the lower range model. Surprisingly, Bill Gates also owns a Ford Focus. You think he'd drive his rare Porsche or his Mercedes to work, but the car he used to travel in his last days in Microsoft was actually the Ford Focus. Clocking in at a modest $17,950, this car has a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine which produces 160 horsepower. Another rather
Huh.
understated ride is his Chevrolet Suburban, a car more suited to families living in the, you guessed it, suburbs. It hardly goes with Gates's $131 million sprawling estate. The $66,125 car is powered by a 5.3-liter V8 engine coupled with a 10-speed automatic transmission. There have been rumors that Gates
Huh.
owns sports cars like Ferraris and
What?
Lamborghinis and even ultra-luxurious status cars like a Rolls-Royce. But Gates simply isn't flashy that way. You've only ever seen the Microsoft billionaire in trousers and sweaters, and he's one of the most humble people in the world.
I almost feel like he could be one of those people where they buy a bunch of these, like super luxurious like cars, like a Bugatti and Ferraris and stuff like that, like really like exclusive cars, but then like never actually use them. Because I've seen people like do that where like there's these like a video of this guy who has this like super nice Bugatti, but he showed that it only drove like 66 miles. So it's pretty much like when the guy bought it to his house, essentially. So I could see him being kind of like that person, like because he has like art pieces, I know. So maybe he might do the same thing, have these cars, but just for his own personal viewing. Maybe he just does never drives them. So maybe that's what he does.
Besides, Gates has definitely had his share of fun in sports cars. He was arrested in 1977 for speeding in New Mexico.
Uh,
In his early Microsoft days, he had quite the reputation for his love of sports cars and high speed driving. In fact, he was spotted flying around to quiet country
wow,
roads.
was that his like? So didn't they say that was his last day? So he put all this stuff on top of his car on his last day just to drive off. I'm like, what?
Way too often. But today it seems he prefers to go the environmentally friendly route. Bill Gates owns a Tesla Model X, and he invited the author Neil Stephenson to
That's weird. Like I thought he didn't have a Tesla. I wonder when he bought that. Cause I remember, yeah, he got the Porsche. Elon Musk was talking like crap about him not ordering like a Tesla instead on Twitter. So I wonder what he got that, or I wonder if Elon just gave it to him.
talk about his new book, Stevenson's. The 360-degree interactive video in the Tesla gives quite a peek at the interiors. Model X is a mid-size all-electric luxury SUV, and the car is famous for its falcon wing doors
Oh
instead of the
yeah.
traditional automotive doors. And that isn't the only green car in the Gates garage. In a video with Marques Brownlee, Bill Gates went to pick up the electric Porsche Taycan, which starts
Oh
at
yeah. That's the
$185,000. He's
car.
definitely following up on his advice
That was the car that Elon got mad at him for buying.
to the world. He once said that tackling climate is going to take historic levels of global cooperation, and while many areas need work, the easiest thing we can do right now is to make the switch from internal combustion, fossil fuel burning cars to electric vehicles. The Taycan is by no means perfect. It certainly doesn't provide the range a Tesla does, nor does it charge up as fast, but it's a step in the right direction, and with Bill Gates' endorsement, who knows where they'll land up. Yeah, we're here
Oh
to talk
yeah.
about his cars, but we can't possibly ignore the $40 million private plane, which according to Bill Gates is his only other indulgence besides the Porsches. The Bombardier BD 700 Global Express can seat 19
Wow,
people at
$40
once and
million
is
dollars. That's
definitely
crazy.
something only the
Whoa,
wealthy
what?
own. He also owns two of the Gulfstream G650s, which are worth $65 million
Man,
each. Known as the Rolls-Royce of jet engines, we don't think we need to tell you more about how luxurious and powerful that bird is. And that
that's
was a peek
crazy.
into the car collection of one of the wealthiest men in the world. Which of them did you like most? I personally wouldn't mind one of those Porsche 959s myself. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button and check out more just like it on the King Luxury channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Man, that's crazy. Um, it was kind of surprising though, that, like I feel like different these people who have these cars, they have like a theme of like specific kind, but it's. I mean, I guess his theme was Porsches and German cars, but it was crazy how he had so many variety. Like he had like super expensive and then not really expensive, and I wonder like he. I mean, those people who are like, so how like normal people just have like usually a theme, like this is the music they like, like rap or EDM or country. I almost feel like he's like those dads that will just like have these playlists of like crazy random songs, like songs they just like, oh, I like that song, so I'm gonna add that to my playlist. I almost feel like he's kind of like that person with his cars. Like you'll see, oh, there's a BMW, I like that. Oh, there's a Ford Focus. Like, oh, I like that too. I'll just have that as part of my collection. So that was kind of funny that he didn't really have a theme per se. I mean, besides having three Porsches. Um, but it's pretty interesting, and I mean, like I definitely the electric car has a nice like appeal, and I definitely would like to get one of those one day. But out of his cars, his electric Porsche, I definitely like the most. Like I think it's a really cool car. But yeah, but I still believe, or I could still see. Why I could not maybe not believe, but I could see it coming out one day that he actually has a lot of luxury cars that he's just like kind of keeping to himself. That might I could see that coming out one day, but I guess we'll see in the future if he reveals that he has Bugattis and all this other stuff, kind of hidden away, or like those. I know there's like some Lambos where there's these special ones where there's like three or something like that, or maybe like 10. I could see him having cars like that, but I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't see a need for it. Maybe he likes art more. But yeah. If if you enjoyed this video, um, leave me a like and subscribe. And thank you very much.